Hello, hello, hello. I thought I'd make a video about this because I don't know if anybody out there else has mentioned it, but we seem to do these quite a lot now, and I'll probably do more of them as none of us are getting any younger. Roy Thomas Baker has passed. He who has produced he produced so many fine albums. For me, of course, he produced the first four Queen albums, culminating with A Night at the Opera, Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, imagine having that on your credit sheet. Of course, he returned to Queen in '78 with Jazz. And again, a bit of an interesting character. Originally started at Decca Records when he was 14 years old. So he'd been doing this. He'd been involved in music all of his life. And a credit sheet which, is just bonkers. It really is. It's, again, looking at it here, producing everyone from Free to Queen, Nazareth, Hawkwind, Bebop Deluxe. We've even got the aborted Yes Paris sessions. Yes was, according to this collection here, was one of the last albums he worked on. Was Heaven and Earth with Yes. We don't talk about that. But yeah, I'm looking at, there's quite a few albums here, that he worked on. Again, Three Ships by John Anderson. There's another one. That's Anderson's fourth album. Would you say it's Christmas themed? Would you say Three Ships is Christmas themed? Because it says he has three ships a sailing by. That's on that album. Again, you forget he'd done that one. I did. I forgot he did that one. But yeah, there's a lot. I'm just reading through. There's the Cars he worked with, Foreigner, Head Games. Cars did quite a few albums with. Here's something heavy metal. The soundtrack to the motion picture, the animated cartoon. Have you ever seen that? That's good fun. Quite enjoyed that one. Features the voice of John Candy, I believe, among other SNL people back in the day. Devo, Motley Crue. Here's one. T'Pau, Bridge of Spies. If you're lucky, I'll tell you my Carol Decker story. No, that's for the Top of the Pops video that I must do one day. Ozzy Osbourne, he did Stranglers 10 album. That's the last one featuring Hugh Cornwall. Chris de Burgh. The Darkness, One Way Ticket to Hell and Back. That was the follow-up to their Permission to Land album, and a very good record indeed. Smashing Pumpkins. He did two albums with them. Wow. And like I say, the last credit here was Heaven and Earth in 2014, which again, if you read Steve Howe's autobiography, Steve Howe was very unfair on Roy Thomas Baker, because you can't. Well, you can sprinkle glitter on a turd, but it's still a turd. Other than a glittery turd at that. So yeah, he good. It was good. In 78 years old. He died in Lake Havasu City in Arizona, where he lived. And like I said, one of those guys who had a finger in many hits, many top albums, just an amazing career. And I'm surprised, more people aren't talking about it on the old YouTubes. Maybe they are. Maybe I just haven't seen it. Maybe I haven't seen the people talking about it, but I thought I'd mention it, especially as I have so much fondness for the first four Queen albums. And again, A Night at the Opera is a classic album, and he somehow managed to wrangle all those overdubs, all those tracks together to make sense of, well, all those Galileos. I think he said in an interview that there was only ever meant to be a couple of Galileos, but yeah, as you can imagine, it spiraled out of control. So yeah, there you go. That's a little tribute to Roy Thomas Baker, and yeah, he wasn't just a producer. He also worked for Elektra as senior vice president for artists and repertoire, A&R. They're the people that sign the talent, and during this time, Elektra signed Metallica, Simply Red, Yellow, and 10,000 Maniacs. And again, I'm just looking at the list he worked with. Even worked with Guns N' Roses and Cheap Trick, Dusty Springfield. Such a varied collection of artists. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a little video because I saw the news and thought, wow, Roy Thomas Baker. Now there's a name, and yeah, all those great albums that he was involved in. So yeah, just thought I'd do a little, just in case you weren't aware, because it might have passed you by. We're not always over these things, and yeah, thank you for the music. It was very good. Did a good old job, especially on Queen 2 and A Night at the Opera, two of my faves there. And yeah, use the comments section to post your memories, your favourite Roy Thomas Baker albums. Or even if you got an anecdote, blimey, that'd be good. Put it in the comment box below. And that's the video. Thank you for watching. Like I said, none of us are getting any younger, and it's not good to do these kind of videos because it means that someone has moved on to the next stage, and there's no more. And that's that. So that's the video. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing to say, but I know you should know what that is. That is ta-ta.